Good morning. Today we are going to continue with our discourse on, I think, the press to compassion with differentiating, the types of compassion. Yesterday we talked on, the Buddha, how Buddha was born from Bodhisattvas, and hearers and solitary realizers are hearers and solitary realizers are born from Buddha, and also Bodhisattvas, how Bodhisattvas born from the three practices on the level of common beings. Okay, so I think just to make some elaboration. Okay, that on the discussion that that I think we have we had already already covered, but I think when we say Sanje Chanchu Simpa Letroshi, this is the root text. Nyendu Sanje Dinam Tuanjajin. I think it's better to read say in Tibet. Nyendu Sanje Dinam Tuanj Sanje Chanchu Simpa Letroshi. Nyendu Chanchu Simpa Geshe Namki is one verse. Okay, Nyendu Sanje Dinam Tuanji means Nyendu is hearer. Okay, hearer. Sanje Din is Tadwa Buddha, meaning the medium Buddha, or the medium, in this case, the medium practitioner with the practitioner with the medium capacity with respect to engaging in emptiness or ultimate nature of reality. Okay. So hearers and solitary realizers are born from Buddha. Okay, Buddhas. This is the literal meaning. But if you put some kind of argument or maybe query why. I think put forth, some kind of argument in such a way that if that is the literal meaning of such expression is if the literal meaning of such expression should be taken or not. If yes, okay, then we can see there are many hearers and solitary realizers, okay, who also teach Bodhisattvas way of life, and thereby their students, okay, hearing from such instructions. Some of them diligently pursue Bodhisattvas way of life, and they enter Mahayanic vehicle, and thereby eventually they end up with Buddhahood. Okay, so therefore many solitary realizers and hearers there have been and there are many solitary realizers and hearers who also result in or who also produce a lot of Buddhahoods, a lot of Buddhas, okay, maybe. So therefore it just as the expression which expresses Buddhas hearers and solitary realizers born from Buddhas. So it should be it should be the true with the case of saying or how to say, I think saying or positing, okay, that Buddhas are born from, okay, hearers and solitary realizers, okay. So this is it's some kind of argument. I think it is already covered in the in the text written by Tsongkhapa, namely illumination of the thought. But I think we need to how to say, refresh ourselves for this. Okay, need to accentuate, I think, this point. Otherwise, we might lose this point. Okay. Okay. So, what would you say? Okay. So, Buddhas are born from hearers and solitary realizers. Okay. And solitary realizers and hearers are born from Buddhas. Either one of them are true or true to the meaning. Either of both, I think. Either of both expression is true or not. No. Okay. Which one is no? Okay. Hearers and solitary, the Buddhas are born from hearers and solitary realizers is not true, you may say. Or not. Can be true. Can be true, but here you cannot say can be. You need to decide. Can be true is not an answer. It's a doubt. Okay. Yeah, I think, yeah. Okay, so here it means that generally speaking, if if you say that the quantity, if you speak of the quantity, okay, then the quantity, okay, that the quantity of the hearers and solitary realizers which are born or which are produced by Buddhas is much higher, okay, much, okay, no match, okay. Whereas the quantities of the quantity of Buddhas, okay, which are produced by hearers and solitary realizers are just significantly less. Okay, this is one thing. Another thing is that when Chandrakirti says, Sanjay Chanchu Nidu Sanjay, hearers and solitary realizers are born from Buddhas, means that hearers and solitary realizers are born from their causal Buddhas. Does it make sense? Causal Buddhas. Yeah, okay. So, causal Buddhas, okay. Okay. It should not be taken just literally, okay. If it is to be corrected, or if it is, how to say, I think if the statement is tested with analysis, okay, then you should be very, how to say, precise, okay. There's no room for yourself, okay, to make any mistake with this regard. So therefore, causal Buddhas, okay. Okay. So in reality, as I said earlier, the quantity, okay, the quantity-wise, there's huge difference, okay. The Buddhas who are produced by hearers and solitary realizers, and hearers and solitary realizers who are produced by Buddhas. Okay, if you compare the two quantities, okay, the quantity Buddha has produced in terms of how to say, resulting in hearers and solitary realizers are much greater. Okay, so therefore, this is the how to say, the bottom line of the meaning. Okay, then when you, how to say, how to say this, when you, how to say, I think, when you finish, okay, I think the statement, you need to do this, causal Buddhas, okay. I think this is more correct. If you say, if you take this, literally, then, there would be more consequential argument against your position, okay. So we need to be consistent with the reality, okay. So this is one thing, I think. Just a small thing.
I'm sorry, I don't understand. You're saying hearers and solitary realizers are born from causal Buddhas.
Oh, yeah.
What are causal Buddhas?
They're causal Buddhas. I mean, they're causal Buddhas. Solitary realizers and hearers has their own cause Buddha. Yeah. Their cause, yes. Yes. You can say, yeah. Every virtuous activist has causal Buddha. Not only hearers and solitary realizers. Every virtuous activist in this world.
But the same thing holds for bodhisattvas.
Yeah. I mean, now in this case, now we will talk this. Then we will sort out the other things later on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, okay. The causal, okay. Their respective causal Buddhas, okay. I mean, hearers and solitary realizers are born from their respective causal Buddhas. Okay. This is, now this is, consistent with the valid sign and reality, but we also need to have the meaning, okay. That is sufficient for us to do this, okay. That suffice, okay. Us, to, how to say, okay, to acclaim, I think, such, statement. So the meaning is that, I mean, as I said earlier, the quantity, okay, the quantity-wise, huge difference quantity-wise. Okay, now, then, okay, so Buddhas are born from their respective causal, hearers and solitary realizers are born from their respective causal Buddhas, okay, and the Buddhas are born from Bodhisattva. There's no need to any, you don't need to do it here, okay, you don't need to add anything to it, just literally, yes. Buddhas are born from Bodhisattvas, yes, this is literally, okay. And then, afterwards, okay, again, the Bodhisattvas are born from three practices on the level of common beings, okay. This should be Chanchu Sumni Geshe Namgi Gyu, okay. Sanje Chanchu Sumba Lidushin, Ningji Semda, Nizu Melo, Chanchu Sumni Geshe Namgi. Ningji Sem is compassionate mind. Ningji Sem. Ningji is compassion. Sem is mind. Compassionate mind. Ningji Semda. Nizu Melo means Nizu Meva. In this case, Ni is duality. The wisdom without having any without having duality. Nizu Melo. Without having duality. Chanchusam is in Bodhicitta, or the mind of, or spirit of enlightenment. And then Geshe Namgyu are the causes of Bodhisattvas, okay. In this case also, since he is not, Chandrakiti is not speaking this, just in the space. He is particularly meant this for, specific followers, okay. So that specific followers are the Mahayanic, okay, how to say, the sentient beings with Mahayanic. This is, I don't know, Tebachim region in Tibetan, okay, means Mahayanic type sentient being, okay. Or with Mahayanic, sentient beings with Mahayanic, I don't know, Mahayanic kind would be better, okay. Mahayanic type sentient being, okay, that's okay. Great wiggle type sentient being, okay. It's a rough translation, okay. Tebachim region, okay. And then with sharp, virtuous faculty. Okay, so with respect to such followers, great compassion, wisdom realizing emptiness, and contrite bodhicittas are causes of bodhisattva or bodhisattva, I think. Okay. But we don't have term in English, bodhisattva. It's okay, I think. Bodhisattva is okay, I think. Okay. No, it's okay. So, okay, no, okay. So, yeah, I think I just wanted to tell this again, okay. So, then, again, okay. Again, I think that the second verse, second verse, okay, which is praise true, great compassion without differentiating its classes or its variation, okay. So that particular verse is meant that particular verse was composed to mean, okay, that great compassion itself is the root of the other two causes, such as, wisdom realizing emptiness and bodhicitta, or contrite bodhicitta as well, okay. So in this case, when we say the root, okay, sometimes when we say root, it should be a cause. Or in this case, it is not necessarily to be a cause, okay. The root being here is when you, okay, moved by great compassion, okay, you, how to say, innate, spontaneously, I think, spontaneously, I think spontaneously, what do you call it? I think spontaneously, I think, okay, you spontaneously to invest, I think, there's a word, I don't remember, okay. You, I think, I think you spontaneously investigate the root cause of the suffering that is, that is being undergone by all sentient beings. Okay. And then investigating as to what the root cause of the suffering, what the root cause of the sufferings, okay. Then you will come to know that the innate notion of inherent existence is the root cause of such, sufferings. So therefore, you automatically, okay. So therefore, you automatically, I think, how to say, engage. You will automatically, I think, engage in the practice of wisdom realizing emptiness, okay? Because given that, I think, the root cause is ignorance here, okay? So therefore, the primary antidote to the root cause of I think suffering is the emptiness. No, wisdom realizing emptiness. Therefore, the wisdom realizing emptiness is the remedy. Okay, so the only way for all sentient beings to get rid of their suffering is to rely on the remedy. Okay, the remedy here is wisdom realizing emptiness. First, you need to actualize this. Okay, and then once you have actualized this, then you can reveal. Okay, or how to say, teach, instruct others. By doing so, the others will be relieved from their suffering. So this is how the great compassion plays as a root of, I think, plays the role of root, I think, for role of, I think, root for wisdom realizing emptiness. Okay, then the bodhicitta is very clear. Okay, the compassion is the root cause of bodhicitta. That's okay, literally taken, and then the root cause of, I think, compassion is also compassion is a root of contrite bodhicitta. You can also say this. Okay, because once you have actualized great compassion, then it automatically leads you to pursue in actualizing the qualified bodhicitta. Okay, in order to actualize qualified bodhicitta, first you need to actualize contrite bodhicitta. Okay, so this is how I think compassion plays role of root for wisdom realizing emptiness and contrived bodhicitta, as well as bodhicitta itself. Now I think the second part is sosochena chazo, is differentiation. Okay, praise to great compassion with differentiation. I think means that praising to compassion, similarly observing praising to compassion. I think praising to observing sentient beings, compassion of, I think, praising to compassion of observing sentient beings, and praising to great compassion observing phenomenon, I think, and praising to compassion observing the emptiness of sentient being. Okay, observing emptiness of sentient being. When we say the phenomena, okay, the great compassion observing phenomena, here phenomena refers to the mere phenomena. The mere is, how to say, shortened, abbreviated here. The sim che zam is mere. Okay, the term mere, okay, is abbreviated here. So we just, because the too long is no good. Too long name is inappropriate. So che zam, okay, mere phenomena, observing mere phenomena, compassion of observing mere phenomena. Okay, compassion of observing mere phenomena refers to that the compassion, okay, which is conjoined with great compassion, which is directly, I think, directly conjoined with wisdom, okay, realizing the impermanence of sentient being. Or it can be directly conjoined with, I think, wisdom realizing gross, or coarse selflessness, okay, of sentient being. The third one, I think, Migwa Meva, is that great compassion, observing the emptiness of sentient being is that the compassion which is really conjoined with wisdom realizing emptiness of sentient beings. Okay. So here conjoined, okay. Directly conjoined means that these, the conjoined and conjoining, conjoint and conjoining subject must be simultaneously present, okay, in the same continuum. And also same is true with the, compassion observing the mere compassion observing mere phenomenon, okay, where the conjoining wisdom would be wisdom realizing impermanence of sentient being, or it could be wisdom realizing coarse selflessness of sentient being, okay. So either one, either this or that, must be, simultaneously arising, okay, with with the compassion, okay, with that compassion. Now I think in some texts, I think okay, in some texts, okay, within the when we establish the definition of great compassion of observing phenomenon. Okay, for instance, okay, Benjasunatawa, when he defined the great compassion observing mere phenomena, he defines it as great compassion, okay, which, how to say, yeah, okay. I think great compassion, which is really conjoined, okay, merely by wisdom realizing impermanence of sentient being, okay, merely by wisdom realizing impermanence of sentient being, okay. And then there are some other, okay, also great adept and scholars, okay, who posit that it is not necessarily to be merely conjoined by directly, merely directly conjoined with wisdom realizing impermanence of sentient being, but it also can be, okay, directly conjoined with, I think, wisdom realizing gross level of selflessness of sentient being, okay. So there's two versions, okay, but either one is fine, I think. In reality or in practical pursuit, either one of them make no difference, okay. So yeah, but what is important is that we need to understand the meaning. What when they say, okay, this such and such things, what does that mean? Okay, what does it have anything to do with my own practice? Okay, so so when we say the impermanence, okay, I think auto commented on the Omajuba Madhyamaka Avatara. I think right on this page, Chandrakirti emphasized that there's some kind of mere, okay, when I think Cholamiba, I think Cholamiba, I think what is this? When he prays to to the great compassion of observing phenomena. Okay, he emphasized on impermanence, okay, of sentient beings. Okay, the impermanence is the kind of door. Okay, impermanence of sentient beings is the threshold, I think, or the main gate or door. Okay, through which I think we can generate the truth of suffering. Okay. Or else the suffering nature, the pervasive suffering. Okay. When we say obvious suffering, the suffering of change, pervasive suffering, all these features are condensed into impermanence of sentient being. Okay. So therefore, yeah. So therefore, Cholamigwa is that Cholamigwa means from this. Okay. I think from understanding. Okay. Through understanding impermanence of sentient beings. Okay. We can, how to say, easily, maybe comfortably arrive at or actualize. Okay. The same entity, actualize the understanding of the same entity. The sentient beings and their aggregates are as being same entity. I mean, actualize the understanding of sentient beings and their entities are being same entity. True, I mean, actualize understanding of sentient beings and their aggregates being as the same entity. Okay. So that is being, how to say, focusing, observing. Okay. Observing phenomena. Okay. Mere phenomena. Okay. Mere phenomena means the mere phenomenon means that sentient being and its psychophysical aggregates are, how to say, not separate entities, and they are the same entity. Okay, so therefore the understanding of emptiness, understanding of the impermanence of sentient beings lead to understanding of the sentient beings and its aggregates are same entity. So therefore, okay. Benji Sunantawa, I think, okay. Benji Sunantawa, how to say, describe, okay, or establish his own version of definition of great compassion of observing phenomenon in the manner that great compassion which observed, okay, great compassion which is directly conjoined merely with, I think, no, which is directly conjoined merely with, I think, wisdom realizing impermanence of sentient being. Okay, okay. This is one thing. Okay. Okay. Sholami. Okay. When we say okay, if you say okay, gross level of selflessness, okay, then the focus, there is a non-affirming negation, okay. It is non-affirming negation. Or there's the coarse selflessness of sentient being, okay. Here, when Cholamiba, okay, focusing on phenomena means focusing on, I think, psycho-physical aggregates, something like that, okay, literally. But the real meaning is that the positive, the affirmative attribute, something like impermanence, okay. If it's non-affirmative negation, then Cholamiba is focusing on phenomena is would become some kind of an inconsistent. When we say focusing on phenomena, means focusing on some kind of affirmative nature rather than negative nature, okay. So this is why, Pinjusnata was understanding, okay. How? What? This is what the Pinjusnata was understanding, okay. So now that some also, others, there are some, directly conjoined with wisdom realizing coarse selflessness of sentient being. There's also, appreciable, okay. So just, it has, both of them has their own, kind of flavor, okay. So either one is fine. I mean, we should not, say this only one is right or that only one is right, okay. But it's better to, understand their backgrounds, okay. When he says such and such, when he claims such and such, what is the background of such a claim, okay. We need to understand that. I think that's more important. So, okay, now when we say, okay, directly conjoined, okay, great compassion, wisdom realizing, and impermanence of sentient being are simultaneously there in your continuum, okay. So, if you say, okay, then if that particular compassion, which is, observing impermanence of sentient being, can be some kind of valid cognition which cognizes impermanence of sentient being? Yes or no? This is a kind of query, okay. And also the great compassion, observing emptiness of sentient being. For instance, I think the ordinary beings or common beings, okay, who are on the level of accumulation or preparation path, okay. Those bodhisattvas have, great compassions. Their great compassions can be compassion observing sentient beings, mere sentient beings, observing mere sentient beings, okay. Great compassion observing phenomenon, great compassion observing emptiness of sentient beings, okay. It can be any one of those three, okay. So take one of them, for instance, the great compassion, okay, of observing emptiness of sentient beings, okay, in the continuum of bodhisattvas who are on the level of preparation, okay. Is it okay? Is that is that okay? is that, I think, is that particular compassion is knowing emptiness or not. See, no, compassion itself. Not person, I don't mean the person, okay. The compassion itself. Does that compassion knows the emptiness of sentient being or not? That is, okay. It is all mentioned in this text, Tsongkhapa, okay. I think, okay, but his text is very dense, okay. When he says this like, okay, it's very tough. Tsongkhapa is very tough, okay. And he's kind of, very humble when he speaks. Very tough, okay. Okay, now, so the answer is that the compassion, okay, the such compassion does not know, okay, the emptiness of sentient being, okay, even though it is directly conjoined with wisdom realizing emptiness of a sentient being, okay. The conjoining, can I say, okay, the wisdom that is conjoining, okay, perceives and ascertains the emptiness, but not the conjoint, which is the compassion, okay. So how can this type of compassion arise then? Okay. At the beginning, you cannot, actualize both of them simultaneously. Okay? Your thought is one, just one throne, has one throne, maybe. I mean, thought, okay. The thought process, okay. When the thought process arises, okay, arises, the two different continuum thought process cannot begin simultaneously, but they can, they can exist simultaneously, but they cannot begin simultaneously. First, maybe this one first, maybe this one first. Later, maybe after a few seconds or a few minutes, both of them can be simultaneous, okay. So here, okay, first I think you need to actualize wisdom realizing emptiness of sentient beings, okay. And then without diminishing, okay, without going away from this, practice, okay, from the corner of your, from the another corner of your mind, you need to, generate great compassion, okay. So at that point, at the very moment that sort of compassion arises, that very compassion is called the great compassion, observing emptiness of sentient being, or else miwa meva. Miwa meva means without having focus, miwa meva, or without having observation. Does it make sense? Miwa meva, without having observation. Here, I think what is the translation here? Miwa meva. Unapprehendable, miwa meva. I think, okay. Observing phenomena and the, I think, homage to the great compassion. 담봉 아직 닫아진 유지다. 담봉 아직 닫. Okay, I think okay. See here. 미국 매매 닝지. Okay, I think this is Tsongkhapa. chola mikwa, mikwa means that without mikwa is focus, the object of observation. Okay, mikwa is object of observation or focus. Mikwa means without having focus or without having the object of observation. The compassion without having object of the observation. That would be the direct translation, I think. But this is the just direct translation. But meaning is the great compassion, focusing or observing the emptiness of the inherent existence of sentient beings. That is the meaning. Okay, but the many different terms. Okay, why these terms are needed? Good or bad? Just perplexing. Perplexing? Only perplexing, or these variety of terms are helpful for us to have? Should be. Must be, I think.
You have to understand.
Yes, must be. Because Buddhas and Bodhisattvas do not trick. Okay, and also they do not, enjoy in poetry or just like in different words, and just they just their main focus is to relieve the suffering. Okay, to relieve suffering. Okay, so therefore, I think this migwa meba, this is we have very strong intensity of innate notion of inherent self and phenomena. Okay, so therefore it is very helpful sometimes utilizing such term in order to convey the understanding of emptiness, or the emptiness of inherent existence. Okay, see, Buddha Shakyamuni also utilize these terms in there's no I, no me. We read this. Okay, this is okay. First, there's five. What is this? Means 5 aggregates out. We need to look at, or we should. Bodhisattvas should look at that. I think. Look at 5 aggregates being empty of inherent existence. Also, means this. That's the main thing. Okay, also means that it refers to the later on. Okay, whenever we say there's no ignorance, the 18 sources, we have 18 sources. All of the phenomena are subsumed under the 18 elements. Okay, so when we recite Shirvaningbo, the Heart of Wisdom Sutra, we recite there's no I through mental consciousness. Okay, no I, then through then source, from source through mental consciousness. 18 elements. What are 18 elements? If I say, give me 18 elements. What are yes. 6 faculties and then 6 consciousness. Yeah. It's easy. I'm just So all of the phenomena are subsumed under the 18 elements. So here, when Buddha said, "There's no any element," that means inherently existence of any element. There's no any inherently existence of element, or there's no any element which exists inherently. Okay. So okay, so this is little forceful. Okay, there's no I, little forceful. And not only that, but also when he said this, there's no I. It means that in relation to the mode of apprehension of directly realizing wisdom are the mode of in it is also, I think, with respect to the mode of wisdom realizing, mode of, I think, wisdom directly realizing emptiness, okay? Realizing emptiness, okay? So, with respect to the mode of wisdom directly realizing emptiness, there's no I, no smell, no taste, and up to, there's no, mental consciousness, okay? What meva is, I think, so I think it has so many purposes, I think. Mikba meva, okay, without having object of observation or without having object of, without having focus, I think, would be better. Then, okay, now I think we have 6 similarities. Okay, this is very important. 6 similarities. Can you do you find this? Okay, 6 similarities when we prostrate or press great compassion, observing sentient beings, mere sentient beings. Okay, sentient zanamiba. Great compassion, observing mere sentient beings. Okay. Okay. Tamungashi dala shinjusin. Dagi dijunga shinjusin. Sushishi dala drola ninji yuhan tela is 1 verse. Okay, 4 lines. Okay. That means Kangbo means at first. I think we have here translation. Okay. Homage to that compassion for homage to that compassion for transmigrating beings, powerless like a bucket traveling in a well, through initially adhering to a self, adhering to a self, I, okay. Initially here means, okay, before this, okay, attachment for things, this is mine, okay. It's, I think, okay, it's what was the view of transitory collection, okay. Initially, here, when we say initially here, okay, when Chandrakirti says initially here, okay, it means, it is, it precedes something else, okay. It precedes something else. What is preceded by this, okay, when we say, okay, is that prior to the view of the transitory adhering to mind, that is, okay, the view of the transitory adhering to mind, that is, okay, the view of the transitory adhering to mind, okay. This is direct translation, I think. Meaning is that view of the transitory adhering to mind. Mayuwa jikta. Jikta is Tibetan, okay, jikta is, I think, okay, transitory, okay. Jikpa is transitory. Ta. Adhering to mind, okay. Mayuwa jikta, okay, I think. So here, okay. Then generating attachment of things. This through initially adhering to self, I, and then generating attachment of things. 4 things, I think. This is mine, okay. Tamungashi dala shinju. Dagi dishin wala chakibas. Dishin wala chakiba. Here, things, he said, things here, okay. Dagi di. This, I think. Dagi dishin wala chakiba. Here, okay, this is, and then generating attachment for things. This is mine. We'll see. The translation is not clear enough for me. Okay, but okay. Then generating attachment for things. Things he put. This is mine. Okay. 다기 디싱마다 자기 봐. Okay. This is mine. Okay. This is mine. Okay. Generated in the sense that this is mine. Here, attachment refers to attachment, not ordinary, usual attachment. In this case, attachment is named after. Okay. A kind of, view of, transitory, view of transitory, adhering to mind. Okay. So, when we, what is there any difference between attachment and view of the transitory adhering to mind and to I? Then His Holiness Dalai Lama would say, what? I think many times he said, yeah, there's common basis between them, just as it is taught by fifth Dalai Lama, as well as Jana Sheba. But there's some difference. We need to know this. Okay. Penja Sunata was a little bit different. Okay, but how to say? Again, all of them are equally good. I think this is okay. Yeah, I think attachment. Yeah, there are some, many, not only in commentaries on sutra, but also sutras themselves. Okay, Buddha also often, again, utilize term attachment to to convey or introduce a view of the transitory, adhering to I and mine. But if you put a question, is that a real attachment or not? Or it is just labeled or named by attachment? That is the question. But it's okay, I think. Yeah. This is mine, okay. So when we say this is mine, okay. Now what is the focus? If you say this body, okay, this body is mine, okay. We say when we focus when we focus our own body, or maybe when we focus on some kind of our feeling, discriminating awareness, compositional factor, or mind, okay. Right after that, we normally, usually I think create innate view of transitory collection as mine, okay. In this case, that particular view of transitory collection or as mine focuses on such psychophysical aggregates or not. This is a question, okay. Make sense or not? Okay. What is the focus of this? What is the object of observation of the view of transitory collection? Apprehending as mine, okay. Aggregate. No, this is if the aggregates is the focus of such view, then that view must be a view of self of phenomena. Self of phenomena. View of self of phenomena. self of phenomena. Does make sense? Okay. View of self of what? There are many of. No, self. No. View of the self of phenomena. The view of the self of phenomena. There are many of. Okay. Okay. So the focus is mine, not my psychophysical aggregates, but mine. Okay. This should be very important here. I think we need to know, rather than going word by word. Okay. Okay. Mine. Okay. Mine. So there's no any common basis between view of how to say view of wrong view of, I think, wrong view grasping at self, I think, inherent self of person, and wrong view grasping at inherent existence of phenomenon. Okay. There's no any common basis between them. So therefore, when we normally during our daytime, maybe the tens of thousands of times, we generate this innate notion of, or innate view of transitory collection, grasping at mine. Okay, this Abbey, mine, mine. Oh yes, this is a very conducive place. Okay, conducive place to practice. Okay, Buddha Dhamma study and practice. Very conducive. So good. Oh, it is so tranquilizing maybe, and also pacifying. Okay, this is mine now. After this, from this side, again ignorance is coming back. This is mine. Okay, in this case, this is mine means that the focus is that particular wrong view of transitory collection, grasping as mine, is mine. Okay, mine itself. Or being mine. Okay, being mine. Not, it doesn't, but being mine would be better, I think. It's being mine, okay, but not psychophysical aggregates, okay. That's the inherent grasping, wrong view, grasping at the inherent existence of psychophysical aggregates has to be a view, wrong view of, I think, wrong view of self of phenomenon. Okay. Wrong view of self of phenomenon. Okay. Okay. So, so what is the mode of this apprehension? Okay. What is the mode of when we when we how to say, when they are incur, okay, within ourselves, when these sort of wrong views incur within ourselves, what sort of mode do they have? Okay, what sort of mode of apprehension do they have? I think see my, when this is mine, okay, attributing, okay, innately attributing inherent existence of self, okay. This is, okay, object of utilization, okay. This object utilization, okay, is to be utilized by inherent self. That is the mode of apprehension of the view of mode of apprehension of the view of the transitory adhering to mind. Okay. So now I think it is important that as a great compassion, okay. Okay, when we prostrate to great compassion, okay, when not only Chandrakiti, okay, when Chandrakiti is, making press to great compassion, okay, he not only making press to great compassion, but he also, showing how to achieve such great compassion, okay. See, no, consisting okay. See here, the compassion should be generated by two main causes, okay? Two main causes. The one is that familiarization with the understanding of I think how all sentient beings are undergoing miserable experiences, okay? The other one is that to generate, okay, great equanimity and also the understanding of the whole sentient beings having become one's mothers and their kindness, repayment for their kindness, okay, and affection for them, okay. Okay, so these two, okay. One is this, great equanimity, understanding all sentient beings having become one's own mothers, and their kindness, repayment for their kindness, these four, okay. This is one side. On the other side, you need to also understand, okay, how they are suffering, okay. What is their problem, okay. The actual, situation. So these two, okay. So here, when we press to the great compassion, focusing on mere sentient being or observing mere sentient being, okay. Chandrakita explicitly convey how sentient beings are, tormented in the circle of life, I think. So here, I think, okay, now, so this should be understood in terms of 6 similarities, okay. See, 6 similarities. See here, in what way are transmigrators similar to a bucket in a well? He said bucket in a well, okay. Bucket in a well. But okay, I think water raising wheel, we have, it's a whole structure. It refers to whole structure. Water raising machine or water raising wheel. I think we can say machine. In 5th century, there were machines, but not complex machine. But machine, yes. Rudimentary machine. Okay. Okay, so water raising wheel or water raising machine would be better, I think. It's kind of a whole system, okay. In Tibetan, what is soju, sochun, sochun yumo and sochun chugo, okay. That means the whole system, okay. Not only bucket. Yeah. So traveling in a well, okay. In what way are transmigrators similar to, I think, water raising wheel, okay, or system, maybe water raising system, okay. Wheel system, maybe water raising wheel system, maybe. I don't know how to say. Okay. In the transmigrators are similar to water raising, okay, wheel. Water raising wheel Okay. Sentient beings are the bearers of similarity. Okay. Now this is the meaning. Okay. Sentient beings are bearers of the similarity, and the machine. Okay. Water raising machine in a well is the object of similarity. Okay. So both having 6 features such as being tied. Okay. That machine is being tied by rope. Okay. So the first feature is that these worldly beings are bound very tightly by the rope of contaminated actions and afflictive emotions. Okay. In Chandrake's commentary, the word these should be applied to the other 5 features also. Okay. No, it's okay. Now the second is that the process of cycle existence depends on being impelled by the mind. Number Shiva. Yeah, because number Shiva, mind, number Shiva, is the main agent of cycle existence, as well as the nirvana itself. Okay. Okay, so the main agent is mind. Okay, so therefore, depends on being impelled by the mind. Okay, like the operator of the pulley mechanism. Okay, oh yeah, here pulley mechanism would be better. Okay, pulley mechanism. I think similarity with pulley mechanism. Okay, the third is that these sentient beings ceaselessly wander in the great well of cycle existence, from the peak of cycle existence down to the most torturous, I think, hell. The fourth feature is that these sentient beings naturally and effortlessly go downward to bed transmigrations and must be drawn with great exertion upward to happy transmigrations. The fifth is that they have the 3 sets of thorough afflictive emotions, the order of which cannot be determined one-pointedly. Okay, so here the meaning is that it does not refer to the one set of 12 links of divine arising. Okay, if you talk about the one set of 12 links of divine arising, then there should be a order. Okay, one set of 12 links of divine arising is orderly, how to say, or sequenced. Make sense? Okay. Because the one set of 12 links of divine arising, when we with regard to one set of 12 links of divine arising, the ignorance, what is this? Contaminated activity, and mind. Okay. These are propelling cause. Okay. Propelling cause. Now these, first ignorance comes into being. Okay. Then contaminated action arises due to ignorance. Okay. And then the mind. Okay. The third one, third factor, mind, is simultaneously existent. Okay. Concomitantly exists with, I think, side by side with, I think, contaminated activity. Okay. And then the continuum of this mind. In the continuum of this particular mind, contaminated action finally, or in the end, how to say, deposit the residue or potency. Okay. Okay, and then so this is this is one sequence. Then craving, grasping, and potential existence, siba. These three types, these three components, these three factors can arise in the same lifetime lifespan, where the first three factors arise, or it may be these three can also arise in the second life or third life or fourth life. Okay, maybe it can also arise many eons after. Okay, many eons after. After arising, or after I think after these three, I think after those three, first three, factors. Okay. And then, okay, and now then, Shiva is a fourth one, name and form. Baba Geshe, source. Tubha contact, feeling, okay. And then Chukjiva, the 11 is birth. And then old age, death. There are 6, okay. You can also count 7, okay. 6, okay. 6 or 7 is, either one is fine, okay. So those 6, remaining 6 factors will come into being later on, okay. So actually, with regard to the, one set of 12 factors of dependent arising, okay, these factors, arise, sequentially, okay. Well, here, when we say here, okay, here, there's no, here, okay, the order of here, okay, the order of which cannot be determined one pointedly here is, this means that the other, there are many different sets of 12 links of different, 12 links of dependent arising, okay. So within this set, okay, among this set, maybe first ignorance, contaminated activity, and mind, this set. Then other, belonging in other sets of 12 links of dependent arising can also arise, okay. Make sense? Different factors, okay, belonging in different sets of 12 links of different dependent arising can arise. So basically, there's no any order, okay. Within this, the other factors belonging in other sets of 12 links of dependent arisings can also arise. Does it make sense? It is explicitly contained in Precious Garland, written by Nagarjuna. Lamsun toda umeba. Koye jingo gemi jingo do bizu gyujen no kowa injurs. Yes, that's right. Lamsun. This three different, roads or approaches. Toda umeba. No beginning, no middle, no end. Gemi, like like firebrand, okay. When you rotate firebrand, okay, so it's like a ring. It's a, wheel. It appears to be a wheel, okay. If it is a wheel, there's no beginning, no middle, no end. It's just a ring, wheel, okay. Likewise, okay.
So you're saying different factors can arise within different links. Does that mean everything is not necessarily sequential? All of these factors? Yeah, I don't really understand what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah, there are many different sets of travelings or different travelings or dependent arisings. Okay? One set. For instance, we are human beings. Okay, we have a fruition of human psychophysical aggregates. Okay, this our fruition of human psychophysical aggregates are propelled by what? Their respective causal ignorance, contaminated activity, and mind. So you have your own, I have my own. Each one of us has their own, okay, causal factors, which, how to say, which existed in the past. So, so this is, this is only within the one set of travelings of dependent arising. Okay, so when we have many karmas which may propel us into human rebirth, maybe lower realms, and maybe gods. Okay, 6 realms. Okay, and within the within the, how to say, even with respect to, how to say, propelling human birth, maybe there are many karmas. Okay, different karmas which propel us to be reborn in the human realm. Okay, so each one of those countless actions has their own sets of travelings of different arising. So thousands, not just one, tens of thousands, billions maybe. Yes, billions you can say, but it's too big. So
I didn't understand how the fifth one is like a bucket in a well.
bucket in a well. See, you pull it, okay, with full of water, okay. You, how to say, when you bring water, okay, you use this bucket in the well. But you, how to say, throw your bucket into the well, and then you, how to say, pour. You put water, okay, into the bucket, and with full of, when the bucket is full of water, you pull it. When you pull it, you need to exert a lot of effort. When you throw it, okay, the empty bucket into the well, you don't need to exert any effort. Okay. Likewise, when when sentient beings are, to be reborn in higher realms, it is harder. When they are, when it comes to sentient beings to be reborn in lower realms, it's much easier. Okay.
Yeah, that's the fourth one, though. I was thinking of the fifth one with the 3 sets
Oh yeah.
and how that one is like a bucket.
3 sets. Oh, I see. Oh yeah, bucket. Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, I understand. See, bucket comes here, sometimes there, sometimes here. There's no definite order, definite position, but bucket comes there, here, and there's bump into the walls. Okay, and then it is, how to say, what do you call here? Magic. Bat, I think. What is that? Battered. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I think okay. Here, order is that, okay. Sometimes it is here, sometimes it is there, sometimes it is here. There's no order of the position of that bucket. It's indefinite. The position of the bucket is indefinite. It can be anywhere. Oh, I see. Okay, good. Oh, here, Tsongkhapa says, here the application of a similarity by way of 6 features is not made merely for the sake of understanding the way that sentient beings wander in cyclic existence. Then what is the purpose? Okay. Previously, Chandrakirti indicated that one who wishes to enter the great vehicle must initially generate great compassion, but he did not show how to generate compassion in the meditation. Okay, here by showing the way, okay, that sentient beings wander powerlessly in cycle existence, he indicates how to generate great compassion through meditation. Okay, so that's the main thing. Okay, so yeah, this is from the illumination of the thought. By what agency do sentient beings enter into cycle existence? By just this extremely unpeaceful, untamed mind. Okay, so great compassion. Okay, observing mere sentient being. Okay, mere sentient being. Okay, and then the next one I think we will do. Next one, the Cholamiwa, the great compassion, observing phenomenon. Okay. Okay, we have one verse for this. Okay, so here, okay, the homage to compassion, observing phenomena and the unapprehendable or niwa. Objectless. Does that make sense? Objectless. Okay. Objectless. Miwa meva is objectless. Observing phenomena and the unapprehendable or objectless. Okay. Though the perfect Buddhas do not appear, and hearers also have disappeared, a soul to realizes pristine wisdom arises without support in order to illuminate. Compassion observing phenomena and the compassion observing the unapprehendable from the viewpoints of the objects observed. Chandrakirti says in his root text here, homage to that compassion for transmigrators, seen as what is this? Evanescent and empty of evanescent. Okay. Evanescent. Okay. Transitory, does that mean? Evanescent. Transitory, maybe. Evanescent, what is the meaning of evanescent? I see. Soon passing out of sight, memory or existence. Quickly fading, disappearing. Soon passing out of sight. Soon passing out of sight or memory or existence. Like kind of, quickly fading or disappearing, okay, kind of transitory. Yes? Evanescent and empty of inner existence, like a moon in rippling water. So here, when he prostrate to compassion, observing phenomenon, okay, he identifies such compassion with, I think, a compassion which is conjoined with, I think, wisdom realizing impermanence of sentient being, okay, rather than wisdom realizing coarse level of coarse, I think, coarse selflessness of sentient being. So this is one, I think, one kind of source for scholars, okay, who assert that the great compassion observing mere sentient being is defined, must be defined or is defined, I think. Is to be asserting, I think, asserting that great compassion observing mere sentient being, observing phenomenon, I think, as I think, as a compassion, really conjoined with wisdom realizing impermanence of sentient being. Okay, homage to compassion viewing transmigrators as evanescent, or momentarily disintegrating, like a moon in water stirred by breeze. His homage to compassion observing the unapprehendable is homage to compassion viewing transmigrators as empty of inherent existence, though they appear to exist inherently, like the reflection of the moon in water. So this one, the analogy is the same here. The reflection of the moon in the water is analogous to impermanence of sentient beings, as well as the emptiness of inherent existence of sentient being. Homage to that compassion, omitting for transmigrators, but this it's okay, not big deal. An image of the moon appears. No, I think okay. So. Yeah, I think this is okay. Now, the third one, I think. So, conjoined with, I think, great compassion, rarely conjoined with wisdom realizing impermanence of sentient being. Okay, this is one thing. And then the other one is great compassion. The third one is the great compassion rarely conjoined with wisdom realizing emptiness. Okay. So when we say, okay, mere great compassion observing mere sentient being, okay, it means the mere, okay, how to say, negates, the term mere negates. That particular compassion is conjoined, directly conjoined with, I think, wisdom realizing emptiness, as well as wisdom realizing impermanence of sentient being, okay. Even though it can be conjoined with both of them, but not conjoined with, but not directly conjoined with them, okay. Directly conjoined means must be simultaneous. They need to coexistent. They need to be coexistent, okay. They need to be concomitant.
And conjoined doesn't mean they're concomitant?
No. So, for instance, if you don't, okay, for instance, I think the conjoined means that, oh yeah, this is a very good question. I wanted to point out this, but here I forgot to tell this. Very good, thank you. Okay, good. When you are very depressed, okay, maybe so how to say? Maybe, for instance, if your only child is dead, okay, the mother is depressed, okay, so depressed, and but her depression does not long, okay, many days or many months, okay. For instance, other times, she has some kind of different, mental attitudes, some kind of rejoice, or some kind of good feeling towards, okay, good qualities, okay. Even though that kind of, good feeling towards good qualities is conjoined with that kind of distress, because it is not released by this distress, or kind of overpowered. Not necessarily overpowered, but the influence is there. Influence is there. Influenced would be better. Influenced, okay. It should not necessarily manifest there, okay. not necessarily to be manifest. To manifest there, okay. But it is influenced by this, okay. For instance, if you have generated wisdom realizing emptiness, okay, even though your wisdom realizing emptiness is present at the moment, your, how to say, renunciation or your bodhicitta or contrived bodhicitta are conjoined with your wisdom realizing emptiness, okay. Complemented. Conjoined means complemented. Complemented by wisdom realizing emptiness. Held, complemented. In this case, okay. So, okay. Yes, conjoined. English word is conjoined. I don't know whether this is okay or not. But in Tibetan, Zinba.
And then directly they would be simultaneous.
Yeah, concomitant.
What kind of meditative levels or minds are needed for each of these two different ones?
Oh, I see. To actualize each of these two, the great compassion, observing phenomenon and observing the emptiness of sentient being. Okay, first you need to generate the great compassion itself. Okay, you need to have great compassion in hand. Okay, and then the second tool is that you need to have the conjoining tool or conjoining means. Okay, which in this case is the wisdom realizing impermanence of sentient beings and wisdom realizing emptiness of inherent existence of sentient beings. Okay, so if you have actualize both of these two means, okay, then you are pretty much set. First, you may I think engage in emptiness of sentient being. Okay, then once you have generate your understanding of emptiness, then with with having the continuity of that sort of conviction and understanding from other corner of your mind, you may also generate bodhicitta. Okay, then at that point, your great compassion. Okay, at that point, your great compassion becomes, I think, great compassion, observing emptiness of sentient being. The third one. Third compassion in this case. Okay.
I think my confusion is maybe not understanding that if somebody has a meditative, even if it's has a meditative concentration on emptiness, even if it's inferential, having a quarter of their mind come out of that meditation and generate compassion is what I don't understand. Obviously, they don't have to have the unity of serenity and insight at this point, because if they did, then a path of accumulation bodhisattva couldn't do it. So do you understand my question? How it's possible to have these two.
Emptiness, simultaneously,
And generate them successively.
This is possible. Yes, this is possible. For instance, also the bodhicitta and also innate notion of inherent self can also coexist. Bodhicitta. Okay. Yeah. This is possible. As I said earlier, at the beginning I think you may not generate two different kinds of thoughts, conceptions, okay, but at a later point, at a later time, okay, two different, thoughts or conceptions can coexist, or can be concomitant.
Yeah, this seems to be maybe Panchen Sonam unique view, and that other writers of Yikcha don't agree with that?
No, I don't know. Can you say that again?
Yeah. Is this view that the wisdom realizing emptiness and the great compassion can both be manifest, even though they have different objects?
Oh, yes. That's, there's no, it's just kind of common ground. Okay? Common thing.
Usually they say that when you're perceiving emptiness, then there's no appearance of
Oh, I see.
conventional objects.
Yeah, manifest, you mean? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. So there's some, different interpretation, but different interpretation. But when there's these two different conceptions, when we say these two different conceptions, okay, there is point, okay. What is common is that there is a point where one single, bodhisattva, okay, maybe ordinary bodhisattva, he can actualize, okay, wisdom realizing emptiness as well as bodhicitta or great compassion simultaneously. That is common ground, common, how to say, understanding or common, your common perception, I think. But when you say manifest, there's a little bit, there's somewhat difference between manifest or, okay. With respect to Jisen Shui Genze, Sira, okay, they say, okay, and also Gunjin Jana Shiba. But Ketu Gindun Tempa Targi and Pinchu Sunat have one group here. But it's just not a big deal, okay. Either one is fine, okay.
That's a big discussion.
Okay, either one, either one is fine. If you go deep down, then they would, converge one, okay. Some, when they describe, okay, some, different descriptions are there. But all of them are right. But first, we need to have some kind of debate and challenge, okay? It's not good to, decide that all of them are equally good. It's not good, okay? You need to challenge, you need to, how to say, undergo some kind of challenge. And then, eventually, there is a point that, you appreciate, okay, all of them, okay? And you know that, all of them are correct. Or it's wonderful to have different approaches. It's not, just kind of political way of saying, okay, realistically.
So when you when to use a microphone. So when you say simultaneous, it doesn't mean both are manifest.
In accordance to Penju Sunataba and also Kintu Tempa Dhargya, yes, they are. But when we say manifest, then manifest itself has different meaning. It's kind of tricky. Huh? Okay, so as I said earlier, ultimately they converge. One thing, one point, I think. And there's no, how to say, contradiction, okay? There should not be. There is no. If all of them say same thing, then there's no any flavor, We all are here in this room. All of us, perceive this is a microphone, this, mic. But each one of perceive this differently. But common ground is the same. Common thing is the same, okay? I would describe this a little bit differently according to my perception than you would, and okay.